when the beat drop. We gonna do this thing non-stop. I'll stop when the beat stops. And if it keeps going, then you know how we gonna be showing. I know that the time has come for us to be on a brain so we won't be numb. And how come, you might ask? It's a task, but we're going to do it tonight, yo, because it's a now is the time to say a little rhyme. Maybe it's a little beat, but it's time to eat because it was Thanksgiving on this Thursday, but also it's got giving us something to say. And the way that we're going to go about it, I think, well, in my mind, I shouted, I have to catch up to this beat and do something while I sit in my seat. Let me lower it down a little bit, drop down, make sure that you can see the sun because I am the one. Yeah, the one, the 752, but here tonight to do what we came to do. Tonight we're going to talk about red flags, you know, the crazy ass shit. You know, it makes you want to ask, yo, what's up with that? What's up with you? Is this something, a relationship that I should pursue? Maybe I should fall back and learn a little something, a little more before I go forward. Hey, word? Yeah, I don't know, my nerd. I can't get with this thing yet. It's kind of absurd. That's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, the Thanksgiving edition. Let's get real about relationships Thursday, Throwback Thursday, and Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, whether you celebrate or not, man. You know, to me, it's all about family. It's all about a little bit of food, a little bit of family. Maybe a lot of bit of food, maybe a lot of bit of family. But you know, when you talk about family, when you talk about gathering, you're talking about a situation that causes a lot of anxiety with some people. And when you start talking about red flags are warnings. Red flags are signals. Red flags are those things that happen before you really get to know a person that makes you question whether you should go forward or whether you should fall back. Sometimes we ignore those red flags. A lot of people ignore the red flags because you might be so enamored, so desirous. You may want to get with somebody so bad that you like, listen, ain't nothing going to stop this train. Let me explain. I got to get with her because when I see, I feel pain and it won't go along. It won't go away. I feel it in my rib. I feel like I shot it in my arm and it's causing harm. What am I going to do? I need to be with you and you need to be with me too because we are boo. You my boo and I'm your man and we going to do this thing and I'm going to take a stand. If anything happens and anybody comes through, they going to have a problem with me. They got a problem with you. So yeah, red flags. Red flags in a relationship. What y'all know? What do y'all know about red flags being in a relationship? Relationship red flags, those things that make you say, man, she a cutie with a fat booty, but I don't know. And it could be a variety of things. It could be that you think that they have somebody else and that they're not being truthful about it. You know how it is when you get with somebody and they say that they're not messing around with anybody, or they say that they've been single for a certain amount of time, and you have to question whether they're telling the truth or not. Maybe there's some ironclad proof that they have not been by themselves. You know, something is definitely going on and you need to take a deeper look into this whole situation. You got to scope out the situation to make sure that it's safe. I mean, red flags. Like for some people, red flags could be that their phone keeps going off. Y'all out on a date and the phone just keeps going off and off and off and off. So they keep pushing it to voicemail. Or keep saying, oh, that's just the babysitter, or that's just the kids, or that's just my alarm, or that's not even really a ring, you know, things like that. Like things that make you ask a question like what's going on here? Or people from their past or supposedly their past all of a sudden pop up in certain places where you are. You go see her, you at the crib chilling on the couch, just sit back, laying back. Knock at the door. First the phone calls come through. She keep, pushing it to voicemail, turning off the ring or whatever. Next thing you know, like you sitting there like, Yo, I know Shorty is not just going to ignore this. Like somebody's at the door. Even the cops don't knock this long. This is somebody who believes that they should get in. Now you're not even feeling safe. You're not feeling safe. So yeah, red flags like that. You know, red flags are normally some things, or I'm not going to say normally, but they can be things that people may not be as forthcoming about. They may start lying out the gate, and that may be a red flag too. When you can tell that a person is not being truthful with you, and you don't even know them like that. You know, y'all haven't even really took off yet. Y'all haven't gotten up off the ground. Y'all haven't really started to get into each other. You like each other. At least you think they like you. You know you like them, but you don't like what's going on around here. Like, I don't know. This ain't safe. Brothers, y'all know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been over a girl's house and you feel like you're in an unsafe situation? Like it's almost like you went into a war zone and you ain't do nothing but come over here for a little Netflix and chill. And you got Netflix, but there's no chill. It seems like somebody is knocking on the door, somebody peeping through the windows, like somebody's trying to get in here who obviously does not belong in here. But yo, this is crazy. This ain't a good look. It's kind of scary. Yeah, you're looking all around and it's kind of wary. You wonder if you should have brought your gat or a baseball bat, but you wasn't thinking nothing around like that. But maybe you should, and maybe you did, and maybe you're feeling like you gotta get out of here, kid. All right, what up, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? The lines are open. The phone lines are open. The phone lines. We talk about relationship red flags. What y'all know? Have you ever been in the situation though? I know I have. I've been in some crazy stuff and I don't like it. Yo, it kind of gets okay. So, relationship red flags. It's a daily go getimism show. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. Yeah. Thanksgiving. How was y'all Thanksgiving? First of all, out the gate. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you have a good time? Did you eat too much? Did you get the itis? You know, are you going to have to start a diet first thing in the morning? Did you overdo it? Were your eyes bigger than your stomach, but your stomach kept growing? Hello, world. What's up? It says, what up on this glorious Thanksgiving, Black Friday? Without a doubt. I see y'all made it here instead of being in line somewhere, you know, trying to punch somebody in the face over a TV, and that's good. Marshall Bell says, what up, King? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Stacy White, what up? How you feeling, man? Holding it down for the D all day, every day. And what's that? T-Zoc wave? Yacht? I don't know what that means, but what's up? What's up, Varshay? Good to see you, man. Good to see you coming on through. My people's info spot 411. What up, my dude? What up? My holiday was good, man. It was good. You know, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be running around here in these streets. I just wanted to chill, watch football, and you know, just relax. I don't know about y'all, man, but I'd rather do things like this. I'm 54 years old. I ain't out there in them streets. The streets ain't been calling me in years. Even when I used to have to be out there in the streets, I was never out there in the streets in any type of illegal way. And I was never like a real big party animal. But I was a stand-up comedian for years. So I would be out standing on stages, trying to get famous, trying to make it to Hollywood, you know, thinking I was going to get big that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would have been doing 20 years ago at this time. 10 years. No. I wasn't doing. I've been out of comedy. I stopped standing on stages about 2000 officially. I officially said, all right, I'm done around 2016 or 7. I think it was like 2016, something like that. Varshay said, I dreamed I met you last night. Well, Well, you don't say. You don't say. Do tell. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor, y'all. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. We gonna learn something all of a sudden. Podcast Joe Budden. But no, it's not anybody else. This is Sun 752. Going for self, going for health, mental, physical, emotional. We like flowing like an ocean, yo. When we get together, we talk the talk and we think the think. It's a think tank. Y'all like to thank y'all for coming on through for real. We gonna do this thing, sit back, relax, and chill. And if that don't work, well, no, it's gonna work. It's gonna work out. Everything is gonna be all about elevation. And yo, we rising up and people coming through us trying to size up and intimidate. They ain't gonna work. Wait, what is you trying to do? Why is you trying to hate? None of that is something that I can relate. We gonna do this thing, and when we out, you gonna escape. I worry about nothing. You worry about something. Yo, most of them are bluffing. They don't want none of this. But if they do, we can deliver it. FedEx right to you. All right, let's go, y'all. All right. Hello World says it's responsible. It's responsible to heed red flags, but if you just trying to smash, then I ain't even mad at you for that but even if you just trying to smash, there are red flags that can tell you like, no, like a red flag could be like, yeah, so you are about to successfully smash and she pull them pants down and you like, yeah, that's a red flag that you need not ignore. Now, some people will say, well, I was going to use a condom anyway. I don't care. You know what? For those who say that would be like, okay, so if you would ignore bad hygiene that could be an infection or something like that, would you ignore, like, would you have sex with somebody who you knew had HIV? We wearing a condom, right? You good. You got the Magnum. You got the Magnum, big boy. You know what I'm saying? You ready to, you just strap that thing on, roll it real tight like a blunt. Don't worry. You know what I mean? HIV won't get on you. It won't get in you. Would you do it? These are things you got to think about. So yeah, so she might be all of that. That ass might be the bow. She got the bow and the boom, man, the bow. There's so much boom, it's almost filling up the room. You know what else filled up the room? Yo, that smell. And it was bad as a motherfucker, bad as hell. But yeah, would you do it? Probably not. So yeah, there can be relationship red flags even if you are just trying to smash. Because that one smash could that thing might slow you down for a lifetime. Something that you have to take into consideration. Let's go. Let's move on with it. Aziz Al-Shari says, hello, man. Wish you a beautiful day. I wish the same for you and yours. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Varshay says, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but hope everyone had a good holiday. I fast on Thanksgiving. Some people should think of why all the days of the year, why do you eat a lot on this day of all years? But I understand. I definitely understand the social and political implications that come along with days like Thanksgiving, like so-called Columbus Day and all of that. I get that and I respect that. I do. But all I do on Thanksgiving is chill with family, have some food, watch some games, sit back, relax, and chill and enjoy my day off. Nothing warms my heart like not having to go to work and getting paid for it. I be like, make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Like this is really good shit. Relationship red flags, y'all. What you know? Let's get into it. Phenomenal one says, and I'm a play for the USC Trojans. Wait, you gonna play for the USC Trojans next year for football? You think I'm gonna make the cut? I play quarterback. Shit, man. You know if you good enough. Shit, you know, you talking about USC. And they in the Pac-10? Like, you know if you're good enough to make it? Your recruiter, your coach, and your recruiter know damn. I mean, you talking about quarterback, arguably the most important position on the. You sure you going to USC? You on scholarship or you walking on? You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you telling the truth, yo, peace to you and much good luck. You know what I'm saying? I hope all the prosperity comes to you. That Mama Latina, what's good? What's good? Says, hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Love. Oh, Thanksgiving, love. Have a great show. Thank you so much. And Jay Smith says, I hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving, but I hope y'all also staying away from the drugs. Well, I'm drug free. I'm alcohol free. I don't smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've left the red meat alone several times. Like, I'll be backsliding. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, you know, listen, they had a rib roast tonight. I was like, yo, that thing was good, motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. See, I ain't got no business eating, but that shit was good, motherfucker. But nah, ain't no drugs around here. No drugs. No drogas. No drogas for me. We don't get down like that. You know, I've never used drugs in my life, and I've never sold drugs in my life. And what's interesting is that I've been accused of both. But both being accused of both was directly my fault, because on stage, part of my comedy routine was acting like I was a drug dealer. Back in the day when I was little, I used to say this bit like, yo, you know, the way I grew up was real rough. You know, it's hard when when your mom is on that shit. You know, I would come home from school and I would see my mom buying drugs from, you know, the dudes from around the corner. And I'd be like, you know, she buying drugs from the dudes around the corner when she knew I had the best shit on the block. Like, why would you buy from around the corner when you know I got I'm feeding you? Anyway, you know, I would say shit like that, you know. But anyway, yeah. So people thought I was telling the truth. I'm like, you know, none of us are telling the truth. Even when you tell the truth about your so-called family stuff, you ain't telling the truth. You're embellishing. That's the funny part. But anyway. Phenomenal One says waffles or pancakes. Neither. But okay, gun to my head, pancakes. Hello World says, son, if it smells like sanitation, that's not a red flag. That's an ejection. Out of here. You gotta go like Mike Tyson me. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. You might have only been trying to hit, but you might be trying to hit. You messed around and got bombed. Like my dad used to always say, was trying to get some pussy and messed around and got fucked. You don't want to do that. My people's pizza. My people's pizza was good. Good to see me some you, no doubt. No. Stacey says, man, come on, man. Oh, all right, phenomenal. You just fucked up. No more reading comments for you. That did it. All right. Welcome to the Terror Dome. You done. I ain't gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put you out of here. You can say whatever you want to say, but you get no more. You'll just be talking to the chat from now on. If they want to fuck with you, they can fuck with you. But you're done. All right. So relationship red flags. What are you talking about? Yo, it's like Ziploc bags with you seal it when you really thought you could feel it. Yo, this is crazy. It's right there. Would you steal it? It ain't got nobody name on it, but it's got a red flag. The things look crazy and it's in the bag. You can take it away. You can have it, but you might be able to keep it, and it's not a good thing. So what you do it like that, queen or king? Is it time for you to go out like that? It's fact. All right. Okay. All right. 319-527-6199. If y'all want to call into the show, ask a question, make a statement. If you want to holler at it, this is a totally uncensored show. If you want to holler, you want to scream, you want to holler, you want to yell, you can do that. Everything you want to say, do tell. You want to curse, you want to cuss, you want to swear. Where can you do it? Right here. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call us at a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on and do the damn thing. I see that we have one call on the line. We have a call on the line, and we're going to take him as soon as we get dressed. It's time for us to get dressed. And then we're going to take the caller, and we're going to talk about these relationship red flags. We're going to talk about these relationship red flags. You know why we're going to do that? Because we got to. You know why we're going to do that? Because we need to. Because we need to. So let me put on my uniform so I can work the way I'm supposed to work up in this thing. Up in this piece. Let's go. Make sure. Let me know if I'm hitting the mic. I'm gonna put the mic down here until we get right. Until we get right and exact. Yeah, I'll make it like that. All right. Good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. All right, so I could clip it right on here. Yeah, that's a good look. It's a good look right there. All right, so we good. All right, y'all know what time it is. All my returning people, y'all know who y'all are. Which one y'all want to wear? Which one y'all want to wear? Which one y'all want to hear? You choose from 3. The one on the left, is good for you? No? See? All right. Or the one in the middle. Info spot already said middle. Pizza says right. All right. Or the one on the right. The one on the right. The one on the right. Pizza says right. That's the one in the middle. We got 2 for middle. Or do we? No. We only got 1. 1 on 1. Or the one on the left. Come on, y'all. Don't take all day. Okay, pizza says middle. Info spot says middle. We get 1 more middle. Hello world says middle. We got it. Middle. Boom. 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 Middle. We got it. We got it. Middle wins. All right. Boom. Yeah. 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 All right. Wait a minute. Look at y'all. Yeah. Yeah, looking good. Ladies, you're looking pretty. You're looking beautiful. You're looking lovely. You're looking sweet. You're looking elegant. You're looking sexy. Brothers, you're looking handsome. You're looking suave. You're looking debonair. You're looking smooth. You're looking like you're ready to get with them pretty ladies out there. You're ready to take something home, and you can do it. Got on your smooth stuff. Got on your soft stuff. Everybody is good. You spent a little dough, but you ain't really have to do a lot. Only come to the show, and you know how it flow. Yo, we looking good and spiritual. Are you here with y'all? Yeah, you know you are. Everything is going to be okay. Yeah, your ladies, the hair that slays. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm seeing. Okay, hold on. On my desktop. Wait a minute. On my desktop, I'm frozen. Let me get that together. Am I coming through for y'all? Can y'all see? Is the stream still good? Let me see. Okay, it's back to normal now. Like I was seeing that circle. I was seeing that circle go around. We good now? We good? We good. Relationship red flags. Relationship good flags. Relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. Yeah. Relationship red flags. Relationship red. You got the red drum, give the drummer some. We gonna talk about the red flag, the one you had back in the day, the ones that made you learn. Yeah, everybody gets their turn to learn a little something from the people that you met. Yo, though the flyest one you could ever get, but sometimes you get more than what you bargained for. And what they got in store is something that might affect you for the rest of your life. Even though you might be thinking of making a wife. How you gonna wife somebody that's trite? Well, it's happened before in people's life. So when you get to the crossroads where you cross that thing, hop like a toad, yo, jump like a froggy, you're feeling froggy, go ahead and leap. Yo, you sow your reap, and I don't wanna see you sleep with the devil. Sleeping with fools, catching fleas, I say you's a crazy dude. If you see them red flags still going up in there like a wet bag. Yo, how you gonna do this, kid? Yo, are you really gonna do that shit? I said, relationship red flags, baby. What you talk about? Relationship red flags, baby. Relationship red flags. Yo, come on, y'all. Thanksgiving edition. Relationship red flags. We gonna talk about it tonight. Don't worry about it. Relationship red flags. Come on. What? I said, yeah. Relationship red flags. Yo, you can't stop it. Yo, relationship red flags. I keep it going. Hit the like button. Yo. Relationship red flags. I catch the beat, do your own rhyme. Relationship red flags. Yo, do it yourself. Relationship red flags. Yo, put it on beat, baby. Yo, relationship red flags. When was the last time? Your relationship red flags. Yo, what we doing out here? Your relationship red flags. Thanks for coming through tonight. I said, yo, a relationship red flags. Yo, we done it. Yo, we good. Relationship red flags. Yeah, relationship red flags. All right, now we are ready. The stage is set. Now we are ready. The stage is set. We talking about the ones we let go. The ones we can get. All right, it's time to take a caller. We have a caller on the line. You think we don't when we do? What's good? Caller, I want to thank you for holding. Sorry, I had to take care of some business, a lot of intro business before we get into this whole thing. Caller with the last number is 0297. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for calling. What's good? How you feeling tonight?
Hey.
What up?
Good, man. Just Ed from Detroit. Info Spot 401 YouTube channel in the chat. How about them Lions first, man? Woo!
Yeah.
The win's a win, but man, woo.
Yeah. The Bears are such trash. You see that last drive? They are such trash.
Yeah.
Yo, they are not ready. Good win for the Lions.
Oh boy.
And the Cowboys. Oh my God, it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Packers just took care of business with the Dolphins.
Yeah, they wasn't playing. Dolphins suck in cold weather. Historically, they are the worst cold weather team in football history, probably. It used to be the Chargers.
Yep. Yeah, I just wanted to call in because I brought up the suggestion for the topic. Or
Right.
Anyway, with the red flags for like a first and second date, and I'll get into one for relationships. I've had a few that I've ended is on the damn cell phone too much. You know, that to me just tells me, hey, you're not valuing my time. I've had that a few times, and when I first started countering this, and used to be my first thought was to just get up and walk out. And a lot of times I'll be at like a TGI Fridays or if it's at a Starbucks or somewhere like that. But what I just do is I just play it cool, act like I'm enjoying our time together and whatnot. Then after a date, yeah, hey, nice meeting you, take care, and I look forward to talking again. And then I just cut all communication. So when they'll call me a couple times and send me texts, I don't reply back. I just, I'm done. That's like one of the worst damn things. I understand. I'm not like, if you got a text coming in, you let me know beforehand. Hey, my sister was just getting out of the hospital. She'll send me something like that. Okay, I get it. But and then the other one is too much talk about the ex. Ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, a little bit. And if it's a mutual conversation, okay. But when they, too much talk, that means their heart's still not ready, hasn't moved on yet in general, for like a first or second date. One that I've had happened to me twice as far as relationships is someone who's gotten out of a serious relationship like about 2 months before they met me, or, gotten out of divorce within like 6 months prior to us going out or to you going out. That's a red flag because I would safely say it's about a 50% chance that within 6 months of the relationship, the other person's going to go back to their ex. There's a 50% chance there. If it's been like a long-term relationship, that's usually a big red flag for me.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean it's always going to go bad, but a lot of times, I find out, hey, you just broke up. You've been seeing somebody for 3 years. You broke up 3 months ago or, 2 months ago. That's a red flag warning for me. Now, these aren't deal breakers, but it's just good information to say, like, oh, yeah, I remember watching Sun's show, and it said that. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to some other people calling in and hearing some of the red flags.
Okay, let me ask you this. So I put this question in the chat as you were talking about it. How long, like, what's your, okay, you told me what your general concern is about if a person was in a long-term relationship and now they're single. So what do you think that a person should be doing during the time that they're single before they get into a relationship? Because I've heard some people say things like they should be trying to heal themselves. They should be trying to get to know themselves better. They should be getting in touch with their own emotions and things like. I've heard a variety of things. From your point of view, what should a person be doing during their quote unquote single time, or their downtime between relationships?
Being happy and content with themselves. Spend time with friends. If you got a hobby like mine's bowling, for example, do that. But like, if you've been in a long-term relationship, let's say a year or longer, you just broke up, a lot of people, sometimes not knowingly, but they're in a rush to get with somebody else. Go spend 4, 5, 6 months, be happy and content with yourself, find stuff to do, and just get that out of your system, out of your heart, all that stuff. But generally, to me, my experience has been, and even like close friends of mine and coworkers, and when somebody's just got out of a long-term relationship within like I'd say 2 or 3 months before meeting you, and there's a 50-50 shot it ain't going to work out. They're going to get back together with them, or after a couple of months and say, well, I'm sorry, I'm just not ready for this. I was rushing into this thing, and they start to have like a breakdown. That I've had friends that have encountered that, but that's a red flag. But that's my answer to your question.
Okay. Because I'm thinking
Yeah.
like if you know, if you were in a bad breakup, let's say, y'all went through a lot of drama, it was a lot of emotional things, maybe there was infidelity, maybe there was domestic violence, maybe there was a lot of neglect, maybe there was some emotional abuse and things like that. I could see, taking some time off, but you have to determine who you're taking time off for. And I don't know if there's really a way for you to prepare for somebody else that you don't know, as far as relationships are concerned, because the likelihood that you're going to run into somebody that is just like your ex is likely and it's unlikely at the same time. There are people who date the same type of people, but if the person that you were dealing with beforehand was showing red flags that you either didn't recognize or didn't act on, then will have you educated yourself enough to watch out for the red flags in this new relationship? And are the red flags, the new red flags that you see, are they identifiable by your perception? Like, if you've been with, one thing that happens when you're with a person for a long time is that you start to get used to the way that they do things. So you may get used to the way that they do things randomly, and you may get used to the way that they do things good and bad. So you may get used to the way that they treat you in a good way. Like maybe they're into good communication, back rubs, comforting things. You know what I'm saying? And you may also get used to the way that they lie, the way that they deceive, make their mean streaks. You get used to those things too, but you start to tailor that to the person that you're dealing with. So a new person that displays any of those things like your ex might have done, you may judge them unfairly because that person may be looking at you like, well, why should I be but so truthful to you this early when I don't know you? You know what I mean? Not saying that I should totally kick game, but like I might not be ready to reveal everything about me as far as my history is concerned. You may judge that unfairly. Like maybe there may be some things that you need to know. Like if I have like a criminal record with a violent background, like I killed somebody or or beat somebody, I was a stick up kid or I robbed banks. That is something that you should definitely reveal to whoever you're dealing with. But how soon? Should you like before I get your phone number, just know I did 15 years of state, because I used to, I robbed like 10 banks. I was real good at it. I don't have no money to show for it anymore, but I just need you to know that you're definitely dealing with a felon, and I'm walking off about 8 years. So I got off on good behavior. I did 7.5, and I still got 8 to go. You're like, how soon should you do that? Because some people may judge that in a way that isn't fair. They might judge it unfairly. So, these are the things you have to deal with when you're dealing with a new person. So the red flags maybe they're pink, maybe they need to be a darker shade of red, or maybe they're red striped, maybe there's something else going on with it, but it's not an easy situation. So when we talk about red flags in a relationship or relationship red flags, it can get dicey.
Another one that comes to mind real quick as you're talking about that, I totally forgot about, and then I'm curious. I'd like to hear what you have to say on it. Is a red flag is when you get into a relationship with someone who doesn't get along with their ex. I mean, when I say this, I mean that there's often argument, conflict, stuff like that. Hey, that's normal. I mean, everybody has some issues with their ex when the kids are involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant. I meant to say as far as kids. Let's say you're
Okay.
dating someone who's got some kids. That's normal. Every once in a while, there's the argument, and they'll talk to you and say, "Oh yeah, he or she told me they were going to pick up the kids on Friday and this and that. But, oh yep, now they're going over to here or there. So then they backed out, did this again." But I mean, somebody like every week, it's something. I dated a lady for a little short while, but that was one of the things that I just had to end that shit. It was like on the phone with their baby daddy, arguing and bitching and complaining like 3 or 4 nights a week. I was like, holy smokes! But that's a red flag when they have kids, and then they're just in constant problems and drama with the baby daddy or the baby mama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's an indication that they're not all the way free. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you're dealing with you're in a threesome involuntarily. Because even if they're not dealing with each other romantically, it's still crossing boundaries. It's not an ex that doesn't respect the boundaries of your new relationship is a problem, because that can turn into a potentially violent situation. You know what I mean? All kinds of crazy things can come out of that. I'm sure if you use your head, you can come up with the words I'm thinking of, the kind that YouTube doesn't want you to use, like kill. Anyway, so like when it comes to this red flag situation, I know for me personally, I don't know if I would call this a red flag, but it's definitely a concern for me. When a woman hasn't had a decent relationship with her father. Now, I have to take into consideration that she may not have had any control over that. You understand what I mean? Like if her dad didn't try to be in her life, or he passed away or whatever, that's one thing. That's beyond her control. But the effect that it may have on her, like if she's the type that always, and she kind of indicates that she has an issue with men. Like when she hears about any man doing anything that deals with children that may not be favorable to her, then maybe she always has a negative thing to say about it and maybe takes it too far. You know what I mean? Like all men are potentially bad when it comes to relationships or children. You know what I'm saying? That might not be that might, I don't know if that's a red flag, but I know that's something that would definitely get my antennas up. Now, that's not to say that you have to have you have to be a daddy's girl and everything was about your dad and all of that, because that can go left too. Like some people allow their fathers or their parents, period, to control everything in their relationship. So that's not good. Yeah. So, but just like I would think it would be a red flag for a woman if she's dealing with a man who doesn't have anything good to say about his mom. Like that ain't cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? That ain't cool. Like, so because most men who have a problem with their mothers have a problem with all women. It seems to be pretty consistent. But I don't think we take a hard enough look at women who have a problem with their fathers, because we may ignore a woman saying, my dad wasn't shit. He treated my mom like this and that and third. And, I don't know. I look at that a different kind of way. Whatever happened between my mom and my dad, I always tried to stay out of that, because that's grown folks' business, and I wasn't grown enough when y'all got together to make any judgments about that. So and I know that all men and all women who get together, they get together for their own reasons, and they stay together for their own reasons, and they break apart for their own reasons, and none of those reasons may have anything to do with me. So I've always tried to steer clear of that, and not judge one too harshly one way or another. But dealing with a woman who has daddy issues, quote unquote, that's not an easy road. It's really not. No. So So
Well, the red flags are just. I look at it. It's they're you're like warning and like pay attention, but it's not always a deal breaker because sometimes you might have a red flag and it doesn't mean that the relationship ain't gonna work out or it's it's not the end of the world. But it's interesting conversation and good information. So anyone listening, this isn't meaning that I see that she has this or that someone was talking about. So this ain't going nowhere. Not all the time, but you see this type of stuff and you're like, all right. Like you say, put your guard up a little bit and just be aware.
Yeah. So red flags are definitely warnings. They're definitely warnings.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to use your discretion about how far you go with the warning. Like, what is the warning? How is the warning going to affect you? But you should always, you should also be prepared, prepared for any new situation that you're about to go into, because you take your attitude with you wherever you go. So it's not always on the other person. Like the more red flags you're looking for in somebody else, they may be finding the same amount of red flags in you. So look, somebody in the chat has called me bald blackie. Wow, I'm so offended. I mean, wow. I mean, the nerve. I didn't even know I was black. I thought I was a person of color. The nerve of these guys. But anyway, the red flags are just warnings. They're signals. They're objects of concern. They may not be the things that will totally turn you off. Now, it'd be a different thing if we were talking about total turnoffs when it comes to dating, when it comes to love or relationships or whatever. But when you talk about red flags, these are things that you can assess by yourself, or you can ask for advice about. You may need some clarity or some straightening out by somebody else who may have more experience in this category, or that may have more insight. There's never anything wrong with seeking out truth. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes people let their pride get in the way and they don't want to ask anybody. And I don't think that's a good thing, but it happens the way it happens. Now, red flags, shoot. Anything that you don't like could be considered a red flag. Look, I mean, honestly, I could consider heavy makeup. To me, that could be a red flag. Because, like, I don't know what you look like. When I've met you, like I haven't met you down to the skin level. Am I going to be okay with that? Because there's a good chance that if you wear, there's a 100% chance that if you wear heavy makeup, you're going to look so different when you remove it that it's going to be like I'm dealing with another person. That's not to say that you're totally ugly without it or whatever, or that you're ugly at all, but you're going to look different. So, wearing heavy makeup can be symbolic of deep insecurities that may come out in your relationship.
Yep.
A person that doesn't want to show what they look like to you may keep other things in. They may hide other things that you may need to know. I don't know if you've ever dealt with a woman who has multiple children, but does not have custody of their children. And I have to say that women who don't have custody of their children is a red flag to me. Like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck is that? That's not an average situation. And that's no knock on men who take care of their children or who are the custodial parents of their children. But most men who are the custodial parents of their children are the custodial parents to keep the children safe from the mother.
Yep.
So, and I hate to say it, but every woman I've ever known who did not have custody of their children there was something wrong with them. Yeah, a lot of them were receiving SSI checks or SSD checks or whatever. It was certifiable crazy. So you're home all day, but you're not with your children, and they're all with their fathers. Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a red flag for me. Now, is that fair? Because somebody else might look at that differently. Like, well, maybe they had a nervous breakdown, and so in order to not bestow that negativity onto the children, maybe they relinquished custody of or maybe they had a good relationship with the children's father. So they came to an agreement that it would be better for him to raise them at this time until she got herself together. It could be those things, but that doesn't take away from the red flag. It's a red flag. There's something going on.
A lot of times they've been in some type of trouble in general. I'm just saying, like, for example, it might be some woman that got a couple DUIs and she can't drive, so the father's got it. Now there are those other exceptions. Let's say the father lives in a different city and it's a better school system, and she says, okay, the two kids, I'd rather have them with you going to school over there versus being at my place. But it's a red flag, alert up for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one other one that comes to mind, if you have someone else that calls in, go on into them, but one other one that comes to mind, I've had happen once, and it could be the man or the woman, but somebody you're in the relationship with them if they're about ultimatums too often. It's normal. Once a year or so, someone has an ultimatum on something, they feel so strongly about, but if it's too often, that's a big red flag there. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Ultimatum. Out the gate. Because it's really a form of control and establishing control early in a relationship. And best believe if somebody establishes control early in a relationship, they're going to continue throughout the relationship. You basically submitted in a not so good way, and they're going to make sure that they capitalize off of that time and time again. So that's definitely a red flag. But the whole control issue, people who try to establish control right from the beginning, to me is a red flag. Like, they have me thinking like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Or what do you think this is? Right. For example, women who tell you, well, I'm trying to be married again. So, if that's not your goal, then we don't need to carry this conversation or this interaction any further. And some dudes go for this shit. They figure, I'll say whatever I have to say to get whatever I have to get and whatever. But that can cause a lot of problems. It really can. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with establishing and being transparent about what your intentions are. However, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And even if you do something the right way, there's always a better way to do things. So your approach to it doesn't have to be so all right. What's the word I'm looking for when it's like, all right, here's how it's going to be. Then, let's lay this thing out from the beginning. Whatever the word for that is, it doesn't have to be that way. But a lot of people will try to go that route. And that's female and male. But I've known women who said that shit. Like, I'm trying to be married. I remember years ago, I met this chick on the street. She had a fatty. I chased her down. Not really. No, not necessarily. But I caught up with her and I started talking to her, whatever. And she said, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, religion. That's another one, man.
Yeah. Say that. Yeah. She said, before I give you my number if you don't subscribe to John 3:16, that's for the world, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. She said, if you don't subscribe to John 3:16, then we don't have anything to talk about. And I said, because I was in my 20s at the time, and I said, were you serious? She was like, yeah, I'm serious. I said, so there's no way that any man who's not a Christian, particularly a Baptist for you, there's no way that y'all can have any type of relationship? And she said, no. I said, okay. Well, I guess that's that. But it was the weirdest thing, because I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that in the future she's going to be able to hold on to that. That's one of those things that you can definitely do in the beginning, but it was definitely a power move by her. And if I was somebody else, I could have just lied about it. Like, yeah, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm into that. Amen. Amen. Give me your number. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that was a red flag, but it was a red flag in the way that it was a turn off for me. Like, no.
Yeah, it is. It's a red flag ultimatum for sure. Religion, yeah. Like, I won't have a relationship with anybody who's not a Christian. Oh my Lord! Or if you're not willing to go to church with me at my church here every Sunday, like, whoa, slow your roll. But yeah, that's red flags. Those ultimatums.
Yeah, I mean, you listen. Like I said, a red flag is a warning. It's a signal. It's something of interest. It's something of note that makes you have to make a decision about whether you want to proceed forward or whether you want to fall back. And let's give this thing let's all go back to our people and regroup, and we'll come back together at another time and decide if this is a good look, because it might not be. Everything that looks good may not be good for you. And when you're younger, that's not an easy thing to accept. It can be a hard thing to accept when you're older too, because you may have been through so much in your life that you're just looking for relief. And I've noticed that in a lot of middle-aged people. They're looking for the knockout punch or the winning jump shot, the buzzer beater. They're looking for that shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you're in search of those things, instead of trying to find the best situation that suits you and finding a situation where you can actually exercise patience, it can be tough for a lot of people. So yeah, it can get a little crazy. Peace to my people, Omar in the chat. That's what's up, man. Good looking out. And what's that? Agil or Aagil? What up? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. So yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight, y'all. Relationship red flags. What are some of? If you're in the chat, please do me a favor. Hit the like button first of all. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar, with the and we're talking about relationship red flags. What red flags have you ever seen in a relationship, or may see in a relationship, that would concern you, that might make you terminate trying to establish something, or that would just keep you on notice and see if there's any consistency in it? And a red flag can be anything that turns you off. It could be anything that makes you think. It could be anything that you think will be a problem later on. So it is what it is. So if y'all would like to call into the show, if you would like to be a part of this broadcast, audio only, no video, the number to call is pinned right there on the screen. 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that'll let me know that you would like to speak. And you don't even really have to press number 1. And I know if you call, then I know that you want to speak, because I mean, you can call and just listen to the show, but who want to do that when you got video? All right, so we're talking about relationship red flags. There are so many different red flags that could be tailored to different individuals. You know what I think is really interesting is that for some people who are toxic, their red flags might be totally different. You know, they might be a red flag for somebody who's toxic may be somebody who doesn't show any signs of toxicity. And I've actually heard this crazy ass twisted logic. Like, so if y'all get into an argument and it turns to violence, y'all can't finish it by fucking? Y'all can't fix it by fucking? I've heard people actually express that as being a red flag. That's a problem. So I'm like,
whoa.
Yeah. So red flags can have different meanings and feelings for different people. For a toxic person, their red flags may be somebody who's a little too quote unquote understanding or what's that word? Diplomatic. Somebody who's always trying to fix things instead of letting things be broken or letting things go. You know, like, so you mean to tell me you would break up with me just because I cheated, or just because I don't know, called your mother out of her name? Like, I'm saying she was acting like a bitch. I mean, I don't mean this. She ain't a bitch all the time, but you have to admit that she was acting like it's crazy. It really, really is crazy. And I see this stuff on the internet all the time. Yeah, people co-signing toxicity. I mean, different strokes for different folks. But I just want to make sure that we understand that all red flags don't look the same. Like what may be a red flag to us may be a pink flag to somebody else. It may be a checkered, a candy stripe flag to somebody else. So we have to take that into consideration. You have to kind of read your room and know your audience. It can be crazy. All right.
Well, anyway, I'm going to hang up and I'll be watching the show here and I'll be in the chat.
All right. Good looking, man. Thanks for calling in as always. Appreciate you.
You bet, man.
All
Yep.
right.
Bye.
It's my man Ed from Detroit. And you can call in just like my man Ed from Detroit. Info spot 411. By the way, visit his channel. Subscribe to his channel. He's good people. Really good people. He has a lot of good shit going on over there. What's going on, y'all? Let me see. Phil Holland, what's good? And Mook. Oh, you've been here before. My man Mukanbir Sing, the old adage, when a red flag, hold on. When a red flag look green. How about that shit? Wow. Codependency. That's a good one. That really is a good one. Codependency. Word. When somebody doesn't seem to be able to make it on their own. Can't make it on their own. Needy as hell. Can't pay their own bills. Can't get their own spot. Can't own their own car. Everything has to be either financed by somebody else or has to be partnered with somebody else. Codependency. Woo. And you know, for me, codependency, I'm sorry, a red flag is somebody who co-signs or promotes codependency. Don't want their children to grow up. Still keeping them close. May even manipulate their children so they can't make it on their own, or so they think they can't make it on their own. And I'm not saying that you should push your kids out of the nest. I'm not saying that you should, do something crazy like kick them out of the house at age 18, because some people, a lot of parents, some parents actually believe in that shit. Like, as soon as you're 18, you gotta go. I don't care where you go, but you got to get on up out of here. And some people, some parents just play around like that. Like, well, you turn 18, we gonna be at your graduation with your bags packed. As soon as you get home with your cap and gown on, you got to get on up out of here. But yeah, that codependency thing. If you're the type of person that's independent and you're dealing with somebody who is codependent, it's not going to be easy. Even though some people who are independent, they have like a Superman complex or Captain Saberho. I mean, and I hate to use the word Captain Saberho because that's like indicating that you shouldn't help somebody who may need help, or somebody who needs help is somehow helpless. It's not like that. It's not like that. But I'm just trying to keep everything into context. I see we have another caller on the line. Caller with the last number 7204. We're going to take the call in just a second. Let's see. Austin Warman says, you probably wear a do-rag still. Who are you talking to? Okay, Omar says, in Islam, I can marry a woman of another faith, but my sister cannot marry a man of another faith, and that's because how your kids are raised. Okay, all right. There's a difference between a male and a female conversion. Okay. And he says, I'm a Muslim. I've never had a girl that was Christian. We can say, okay, all right. Well, I don't think that it's a bad thing to want to establish a family within your faith, because if you're going to have, especially if you are in your childbearing or child rearing years, where if you want your family to be raised in the same religion as you, I don't see anything wrong with that. The thing is, it's when it's put like an ultimatum, like, all right, we can get together, but you got to convert. Well, if I got to convert, that means we already got together. So you already like me enough to be with me, but you need me to convert so we can marry. All right. Hello World says codependency is scary. It's masqueraded as obligation. Christian Enrique says, ooh, new sun worship religion. Okay. All right. We're going to go to the caller with the last number 7204. Welcome to the Daily Go-Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind tonight?
How's it going, bro? It's Captain Saberho.
That's what's up.
No, I actually don't, right? But what I wanted to ask you is a little bit more about what I was asking about, which is that dichotomy. And to give you a little bit more context about, like, the difference between a man and a woman converting, right? A man is not allowed to convert to another religion in order to raise his kids. But he can marry a woman outside of his religion as long as she raises his kids within his faith.
I've known. Well, are you talking about strictly in Islam?
I mean, that's a context, but I mean, it applies to other things. So that's kind of just like the level I was given at. Is like, in what sense does that come off as a red flag, especially in today's like Western culture, where I don't know. I would say controlling is a very broad term.
Yeah.
Whereas traditional is a very narrow term.
Okay. All right. Well, I think the approach is probably what can make it into an ultimatum. If you want me, like, let's say if a woman knows that you are physically attracted to her and she knows that you really just want to get with her, but she is kind of forcing you into doing something in order to get with her physically. Like, she's not necessarily withholding her body from you because you are not the same religion, but she may be telling you that in order for us to really go forward, that you're going to have to do this. And it may be in a situation where like I could understand if you're a Muslim or particularly not an American Muslim, because in America is different. But let's say if you were born in a Muslim state or Islamic state, I should say, if you were born in an Islamic state where they don't have anybody except for Muslims, then culturally you're going to have expectations that everybody that you take seriously as a mate should be a Muslim, or in the state of Israel, if you want to call it that, a Jew, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was going to say Ireland because most of them are Catholic. but so if you're raised in a culture where the expectation is that you're only going to marry and only really going to deal with somebody else as a relationship where, well, in Islam there is no dating. You're not supposed to. They're supposed to be married.
And honestly, I'm coming at you from an Islamic point of view, but I'm also coming at you from a point of view where it's like, as much as I am Muslim, it is like that definition of like, we have different conversion things for a male, but at the same time, like, I'm looking at a lot of these females that I'm getting with, and I'm like, they'll assure me, they'll tell me, oh, for sure, like 100%. But it's like, also, let's say we do get married, right? Let's say 20 years flashes by. Mm-hmm. If I die, are my kids going to be still raised the same way? That's my concern.
Okay. That's a legitimate concern. That's a legitimate concern, because when you talk about religion, you're talking about, you have to take into consideration, you're talking about not only life on earth, life in this world, but you're also talking about the afterlife. And that's really what we're dealing with in the first place. So if you're looking for salvation for you if you're looking for salvation for yourself in the afterlife, of course, the love the love for your spouse and your children, you want the same thing for them. So if you're truly a believer, of course you're going to want them to follow the same way of life as you did, the best way that you can, because you know how it is. You may be on your deen, you may not. But even if you're not on your deen at that time, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's one thing I find like very beautiful about my religion. It's like, at least if you're not a Christian, if you're not a Muslim, right? Let's say you're a Christian or a Jew, right? I don't discount you. I don't say, hey, I cannot date you, I cannot know you, I cannot be with you, or my family would disapprove. I say you are people of the book. You are, of our religion. And that's the difference between Islam and I think a lot of other monotheistic, especially Christianity and Judaism, is Judaism discounts Christianity and Islam. And then Christianity acknowledges Judaism, but does not acknowledge, Islam. Whereas Islam acknowledges all three religions as equals. In fact, the prophet Moses is one of our most esteemed prophets. The prophet Jesus is one of our most esteemed prophets.
Right.
And that's this kind of same kind of path that where I look at it as in like, they're not that different from me. Whereas I worry that maybe they think I'm very different from them.
Okay.
Especially growing up as a first generation kid in America, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Okay. So where are your parents from?
Originally, my mother is from Palestine. My dad's from Egypt.
Okay. Now but
I grew up out here in California since I was like 3 months old.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. But I'm the reason I asked where they're from is because there are some Islamic states that do not that definitely frown upon you dating people outside of your religion. You may be able to be friends and do business with them, but they don't encourage you to try to establish a life with them. They ain't doing all that. They ain't doing all that. That's why I say American Muslims are different, because we find it a lot harder to stick to the rules. But, I mean, and rightfully so.
That's one thing I'll say is that we struggle. The devil is our ear.
Well, Well, it makes sense that American Muslims, Americans who have converted to Islam, it makes sense that they will make a lot of mistakes and that they will go against the principles a lot because it's really they really just weren't raised in that culture. It's more of a counterculture, and we've had other sects of Islam that weren't universal Islam, like the Nation of Islam, 5% Nation of Islam, Nuwabians, all of these different sects where like worldwide they may not be recognized at all, but in the United States they have been. So you kind of have to clear away and identify exactly which Muslim you are, what kind of Muslim you are, and that kind of stuff. So it makes sense that they would struggle with that. But the bottom line is, when you're asking, like, how could that be a red flag if somebody, what they say is not what you do, is how you do it. So the way that you present yourself to somebody, as far as inviting them or asking them to share this kind of life with you, can come off as a red flag, because you may be inviting someone in a very uninviting way. Like, it's sort of like a woman that might say to you, listen, if you want to be with me, you got to pay all my bills. You got to finance. Like, if you ain't making enough money, if you don't have enough money to take care of me and mine and what I have going on, then you need to keep looking, because that's what I need. For some men,
I actually really appreciate that hypothetical that you like related it to, because it actually makes a lot of sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
That actually puts it a lot into perspective for me, because in a lot of senses, and just when you're born in a mindset, right, you have trouble looking outside of it. It's almost like a horse with blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to see your right and left. So that is actually like a really, really good, comparison to it. And I'd like to actually honestly challenge you in the sense of, like, as a Muslim that grew up here my entire life, right, that has traditional parents that grew up outside of the country their entire life, how do I not come off as a red flag to other Muslim women in the U.S.?
To other Muslim women?
Yeah.
Well,
or even other women I'm trying to date that have similar interests.
Well, the best I can say is always keep the lines of communication open. You don't have to. You don't have to establish yourself into your way of life, which is Islam. You don't have to establish yourself as if that's the only thing that matters in this world, because you still have to do other things that aren't connected to Islam every day. You got to go to work. You have to pay your bills. You have to you have to do other things that aren't connected to I don't like to call Islam a religion, because it's really a way of life, but you understand what I'm saying. I would say just make sure that whoever is your love interest or dating interest, just make sure that you listen to them. Just let them know that you're willing to listen and learn from them the way that you're willing to teach them and learn and have them learn from you as well. And everything should be okay. A lot of times we're so turned off by other people and their religions because they seem so fanatical about it. Everything is, you're going to hell if you don't think the way I think and go to the place of worship that I go to and follow the rules that I do and eat the food that I do and all this kind of stuff. And all that stuff is a turnoff. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, I've known Muslims that have grown up in Islam, and I've known, and the crazy part is, I've known Muslims that grew up in Islam and converted to Christianity. And of course, I've known people who grew up heavily in the church and converted to Islam. Even Jehovah's Witnesses that have converted to Islam. So it can happen. So you don't. So when I take that into consideration, I know that you're not always going to be on 100 when it comes to your religion. So why act like that with somebody else? Let them know that there are other things that you like to do that aren't connected to your religion, and you're willing to learn some other things with them or about them that don't have anything. I mean, going to an amusement park, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, racing go-karts or some shit, fun. One thing that's not connected to religion is fun. You might like to have fun.
The thing is that, honestly, I gotta say this. I'm a drinker. I'm a smoker. I'm a sinner.
What? You drinking? You're a Muslim? Get off my phone. This is some bullshit.
Hey, listen to me, brother. Listen to me. Hey, listen. Muslim means believer.
It does. That's what it means.
You are a man of the Islamic religion. Islam means belief.
Okay.
Muslim means a believer. I'm a believer. I'm not a perfect believer, but I'm a believer.
Cool.
And that's where, I do have a lot of, different internal struggles with definitely my moral compass and my faith and stuff like that, especially living in America my whole life and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like those temptations are there. They're stronger for someone like me. I'm very much blessed. Like you look at my cousins that live in Egypt or live in Palestine, right? I'm very blessed in the opportunities and in the life I've been given. But I'm also very much like Kirsch in the sense like there's a lot more temptation for me than there is for them.
Okay.
So you have like this big dichotomy that I definitely see, but I don't know. It's definitely hard to balance, especially in the dating scene out here. And so you meet a lot of women that are, they'll tell you a lot of things that are great, but if they'll act on it, is really the question, and that's tough to trust.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. And that's my whole thing. You're not always going to be 100% on your deen, or like I like to say, you're not going to be 100% on go when it comes to religion all the time. Because honestly, you got to live. You got to live. And sometimes, like my Latino old head, my Puerto Rican old head used to always say, you can just pray it off. You know what I'm saying? When he used to try to get me to eat pork, he'd be like, yo, you just have a ham sandwich and you can pray it off later. I'm like, you out of your goddamn. But he was joking, but there was actually a message in his joke, because he was actually right. There are going to be some things. I mean, you're not. Most people aren't praying to stay exactly on the same path that they are on. They're praying that they will get better, that they will learn more, that they will improve, that they will elevate, that they will step it up more. You know what I mean? So in order to have to step it up, that means that somewhere along the line you have to have fallen down. You probably had to make some decisions at some point that took you that strayed the path of righteousness. It be like that sometimes, but there's nothing wrong with but there's nothing wrong with letting a person know that you are human and you're willing to excuse and as well as check some human behavior, because all it is human behavior. The plants and the animals, they do exactly as they're commanded to do in nature. Human beings, we have a little bit too much free thinking, free will, autonomy. It gets in the way. Plus, we have this guilt thing going on. It causes problems.
Honestly, Omar, I got to tell you, I appreciate you, and I appreciate your podcast. Literally every night I listen to you, bro. I took the bar exam back in July. I missed it by a fucking inch, bro.
Are you serious?
You missed by an inch, you missed by a mile. You know what I mean? But I'll get that shit done in February.
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm back on it. And, bro, you've given me, honestly, like, just a lot of fucking soul talk. You feel me?
Yo, man, listen, I appreciate you listening to this show. I really do. And I know you're going to ace that bar exam. A lot of people fuck up that bar exam before they finally get it right. I mean, it literally is rocket science. And you know what I mean? But you've already done the work. You just gotta put the right pegs in the right hole. And I'm sure you're going to get yours. And I wish you much success in your role.
Thank you so much, brother.
So yeah, man. But yeah, and call in anytime. You know what I mean? I like your conversation. It's good shit.
I appreciate just listening to you giving other people advice every single fucking night, bro. You're a gem. Thank you.
All right, man. Yo, thanks again. And yo, you have a good night. Be safe.
You too. Take care, bro.
All right. Good shit, man. Good shit. Red flags, relationship, red flags, relationship, red flags. What y'all got? What y'all got out here? Morgan Carell says, I only eat avarice and drink the tears of my enemies. Well, ain't that some shit? Hello World says, faith is a necessity for believers. I would have to become a naive child. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Wow, she about to turn it out. What's going on, ma? And Box State Madness. He said that motherfucker shiny. Man, he don't even know how to spell shiny. That shit say shinny. You was dumb, motherfucker. You dumb. And Christian Enrique. What's good, Austin Warman? He said, you probably still wear a do-rag. He said, you probably wear a do-rag still. Y'all right funny. Y'all right funny. I ain't mad at it, though. But yeah, man, when we talk about relationship red flags, by the way, please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show. I said hit the like button, share the show. I only need y'all to do one thing. Got one job, maybe two jobs, just two. Me and you. I just need you to participate. And the other thing I need you to do is stop hating. But if you want to hate a little bit, you're only human. So we're going to talk to two men at the same time, same rhyme, same crime. You did the same shit. You took the same hit and the same spit that you was talking. Yo, you say that bullshit while you're walking. And I'm still here, and it appears in the flesh. Yo, I came down in the appearance of some mess. Yo, the mess that I'm talking about, you're squawking about, you're going around, you're talking all, you got the shouts out, and I'm about to be on. It's coming through just like the break of what? Break of dawn. It's coming up. It's almost 4 o'clock, 3:28 Eastern Standard Time. No crime. All right, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. November's almost out of here, man. Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. It was a good look. We had some good football games, and that's some good, except for the Cowboys and Giants. That wasn't a good game. Battle of the bums. Damn Cowboys. The Cow Bums won. They shouldn't have made that the afternoon game. The afternoon game should have been the Detroit versus the Bears. That was a good divisional battle, even though Cowboys and the Giants are. But they both look at their records: 4-7 and 2-8, 2-9. Some crazy. Somebody want to see that shit? Don't nobody want to see that shit. Yeah, but we're talking about relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. The things that concern you about getting into a situation, a love challenge, a relationship, a one-on-one with somebody. What can somebody do to make you put the brakes on it? Like, I don't know. I like the way she looked. I even like a lot of the ways that she acts. But there's some things about her that make me say, I don't know. How about this one? Drinking too much, smoking too much. You may drink and you may smoke, but you might do it moderately. Maybe you drink when you have time, after your day is done, when your work is completed, after you pay your bills. Maybe you smoke only on the weekends. Only when you take care of your business. After you help the kids with their homework. After you put somebody to bed. Maybe you regulate yourself and moderate yourself. But you're dealing with somebody that smokes all day. Yo, she is literally in the purple haze. The bitch is crazy. I know a lot of people smoke weed. And they think that since weed is now legal. And you have all of this research evidence that shows that it cures cancer and it's the remedy for all other kinds of ailments and it fixes glaucoma and all of that shit. I get it. But the bottom line is you're high all the time. That's the one thing that weed heads will not seem to admit. I get the health benefits of it, but the health benefits of it are not for recreational weed. which is the only thing you've been smoking. There's a difference between recreational weed and the medicinal weed. So you know how hard it is to deal with somebody who's drunk all the time. Well, it's just as hard to deal with somebody who's drinking all the time. So you might be dealing with somebody who seems to have an alcohol problem. They got a drinking problem. Maybe they're not an alcoholic yet, not full-fledged, but they're well on their way. They are in talks with alcoholism. They are flirting with alcoholism. They are do-si-doing with alcoholism. They are sashaying down the runway with alcoholism. They are saying alcohol, last call for alcohol, last call for alcohol. I got a bottle for all y'all every night. I have to turn up a little bit, drinking a little wine. I feel fine. And just before I go into work, I gotta get a little something in my coffee, get off me. Yeah, you know, run a little bit of yak. It helps me get through the day and teach me how to act. Yo, so stop always trying to judge. You give me that shit. It's like sludge. Yo, somebody give me a black Russian and hurry the fuck up. I mean, for real, yo. Yo, yeah, I don't drink too much. I can stop anytime I feel like it. Shut the fuck. I said, yo, they got an alcohol. They got an alcohol. They got a problem, baby. I said, yeah, they got an alcohol. Got an alcohol. Got an alcohol. Papa said, they got an alcohol. Got an alcohol problem. Yeah, you might be dealing with a chick that is high all the time or drinking all the time. You know, and so you have to consider that when somebody is high all the time, more than likely, when they don't have the opportunity to be high, it's going to have a very adverse effect on their attitude. They ain't going to be cool. So that might be something, that might be a red flag for you. That might be a red flag for you, especially if you are considering having children. Now, I don't care what you say or nobody say. I'm not having no baby with no goddamn alcoholic, taking any chances on my child not being born 100% healthy. Same thing as weed. I'm not trying to fucking hear that shit. Because if you feel like you need to drink all the time, guess what? You're going to drink all the time when my baby's in your stomach. If you got to smoke weed all the time, guess what's going to happen? You're going to smoke all the time when my child is in your belly. No, 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 no. The fuck out of here, yo. You stay high all the time. Why do you have to do that shit, mom? Yo, get yourself together. Go to rehab. I'ma call you an Uber or a cab. We going today. I gotta sign you up because it's time. You always got the drink in your cup. Always rolling up a blunt, another piece of weed. What the fuck do you need to always be getting high? Always on my dime, asking people money for that shit. Feels like a crime. What kind of time are you really on? You be acting like you've been doing this shit since you was born. Speaking of born, your baby in your stomach potentially. What's up with you and me? No, we gotta stop this now. I need you to be 6 months clean. Nah, I mean, and if you can't do that, I hate to give an ultimatum, but I will do that. Yo, it's kind of crazy, energetic, or lazy, 8 to 80. What's up? You can't have my baby. But I don't even know if we can chill. I can't deal with somebody that's always high up on some pills. All right. Zach Miracle? It's spelled like miracle, but it's Zach Miracle? What color? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's trolling. He's trolling. up, B? What's good? He's trolling, and that's okay. Ain't nobody listening to this broadcast that's gay. Nobody is that way. I understand your LGBTQIA, but yo, not today. I'm sorry, this is just not the channel for you, but I understand that you do what you do. But yo, I would keep it moving if I was you, son. I don't know what to tell you, what to do. One thing that I can really say for sure, we got an unblemished record. Yo, check it, respect it. And I respect you back. But any other thing other than that, the shit is kind of whack. And your sack is not of my concern, and mine is not of yours. Get the fuck out of here. Boy, are you out of your goddamn mind? Ain't nobody trying to be up in that shit. It ain't on that type of time. All right, Marcus Gonzalez back checking in from Dallas. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. I hope everything worked out for you. I hope you staying safe. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Relationship red flags, y'all. What y'all got for me? Relationship red flags. What do you have to say? We got a few more minutes left in the show. Y'all can still call in 319-527-6199. Relationship red flags. I could probably do this shit all day. But there are relationship red flags that I've ignored historically, and hopefully they didn't come back to bite me in the ass. But when they, like, the whole controlling shit, you know what I think is a red flag? And this is an easy one. A red flag for me is a woman that has no interest in controlling the things that she said. In other words, she feels like she should have the green light to express herself in any way that she sees fit. So whether she wants to be rude, whether she wants to be accusatory, whether she wants to be invasive, she feels like, well, because I'm keeping it 100. You know what I mean? Why should I have to front? Why can't I say whatever I want to say? I follow the First Amendment just like everybody else. Well, you have to understand that there are restrictions on the First Amendment. It's freedom of space. It's freedom of speech, but you still have to watch what you say. Like, it's freedom of speech, but you can't yell out fire in a goddamn movie theater. Can't do that. Can't do it. So, yeah, when I'm dealing with a woman, or I see a woman that feels like she should just be able to say whatever she wants to say in any kind of way that she wants to say it, without any regard for anybody's feelings, without taking anybody else's situation or feelings into consideration, somebody who wants to be totally inconsiderate of others. Because I know that people who want to be totally inconsiderate of others always want people to be considerate of them. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? I lying. I lying. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a major, major problem. That's a red flag for me. Marcus Gonzalez says red flag, ignores the addictions. Yeah. And that could be drugs, that could be alcohol, which are really the same thing. But it could be shopping, or gambling, overeating. That's a red flag for me too. Somebody who doesn't seem to be concerned with their health. I don't know. Because I don't know anybody that likes to be sick. So what are the alternatives, or what's going to happen to a person that doesn't take care of their health? And I mean take care of their health. I don't mean running to the doctor all the time. That's part of, looking out for your health. But I mean, actually taking care of yourself, eating the right things, exercising, being aware, not putting yourself in dangerous positions and situations. So, so, yeah. That's a red flag for me, though. I don't like women who just feel like they can have no filter, and that's going to be okay. Now, that's not to say that I want to regulate how you talk, because I want you to be able to express yourself. Just be considerate of others. Just recognize the gravity of the words that you use. Just understand how they affect others and how they may affect you as well. When you coming home talking about you got fired because you cussed your supervisor out, you cussed your boss out. They just mad. How you gonna fire me just for speaking the truth? They fired you for speaking the truth. Yeah, the nerve of them firing you for speaking the truth. Marcus says, her ignoring your addictions because she likes you is more what I meant, not hers. Okay. Even with that. So, I mean, we're speaking about red flags either way. Ignoring addictions. I mean, I don't even see how you can ignore somebody's addictions, because an addict will remind you of their addictions all the time. They're high all the time. Every opportunity they get, they're getting high. That's what addiction is about. It's loss of control. You have relinquished your self-control. Speaking of which, self-control. It's a red flag for me when somebody doesn't exercise self-control. Like, they just throw themselves in of anything they like. They don't regulate themselves. And that could be anything. I'm not even just talking about, gambling, drugs, drinking, shopping. I'm talking about anything. We were talking about religion a little while ago. That's a red flag for me. So you ever dealt with a woman who seems to follow every word, hang on every word of what their pastor says? Everything is pastor say this, pastor say that, pastor. Like, who the fuck is your pastor? Jim Jones? Who's your pastor? You know what I mean? Like, one thing is for sure. I don't know any men that give a fuck about what another man has to say when it comes to him and his woman. Like, I don't know any men or any man that wants to hear what another man has to say about his situation between him and his woman. Now, if y'all know something different, let me know. Let me know. But yeah, exercising self-control. Exercising self-control. And I don't think that you can ever exercise self-control too much. You can never OD on self-control. Not that I know of. Okay. So yeah. Sorry, y'all. My damn allergies are starting to act up. I'm going to take a pill. After this, I'm going to take a pill. Please hit the like button. Share the show. Hit the like button. Share the show. Hit the like button. Share the show. You know how it go. We got to get that shit together now. Yo, if y'all just hit the like button, everything will be all right all of a sudden. And I will keep going. And I feel good. It just helps out the channel. You understand? That's understood. That's how it is. Don't worry about it. Just the biz. Relationship red flags. Relationship red flags. Bad with money. Bad with money. Ain't got a good job. Ain't never got no money. Broke all the time. Man, they a pain in the ass. That is a pain in the ass. Work all the time. Ain't never got no money. How does it even happen? It does. I don't know if they're lying or telling the truth. But shoot, you bad as a drug dealer. I'm sorry. You're bad as a drug addict. Drug addicts can't keep no money either. All the money goes towards getting high. What's your excuse? You know, it's a weird thing. Juan Camilo Mendoveslo Prieto. Morning. You have game with the Lakers, LeBron. Ravens and Eagles going to be a good game. Yeah, it is. We're going to win that. X-Ray Koala. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Yo, thanks for coming back through, man. I appreciate you. And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving also. I do. Yeah. Bad with money. Suck with finances. How are you a grown woman or a grown man? You can't budget. You don't know anything about budgeting. Like, It's not a good look. Bad with budgeting. Nah, man. That's a red flag for me. And it's not even, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you may be in my pockets all the time. But it's just not that goes under the self-control piece. The self-control thing. Bad with money. Can't control your impulses. You see it. You have the money in your pocket, you spend it. Oh, look, I got a brand new mink. Oh, that's a nice coat. Yeah, but what? I'm late with my rent because I took the money and bought the coat. You did what? I wanted the coat. And I figure, with the grace period with my rent, like I could talk to my landlord, but I didn't call him in time, and now I'm gonna have to pay a late fee next month. But that's not the first time I'm late, and they acting like I be late all the time, and I'm not late all the, that kind of So you bought a coat. You bought a mink coat with your rent money? Like you couldn't put the coat on layaway? Like no? That's odd. Couldn't put the coat on layaway. But yeah. Bad with finances, not a good look. Info Spot 411 says behavior can be a red flag. Someone who is ghetto or trailer park, the way they talk and behave. Yeah, it is a red flag. And it kind of goes towards what I'm saying when they feel like they should be able to talk or say whatever they want to say. So, but yeah, it's terrible when you're in love with somebody that you can't take to your company picnic. Can't take them around my colleagues, man. It's not a good look. She gonna talk crazy. She might pull her flask out of her bra. Like, did she just pull out a flask? Like, yeah, shoot, these drinks in here cost too much. This ain't open bar, this cash bar. But I'm good, baby. I got Like, babe, what the fuck? Shoot. We ain't got money like that. I'm helping you save. Your coworker is going to be impressed because they see that your girl care about your money. Oh, here's an easy one. Since we on that tip, here's an easy one. Dress it. She dresses scantily clad. Titties hanging all out. Booty shorts. Dress inappropriately. Want to get out here in the world and start twerking out of nowhere. Like, it's Christmas time, right? It's officially Christmas time. Thanksgiving is over. It's officially Christmas time, right? Take your girl to the Christmas party, to your company Christmas party. First of all, she dressed with all her shit hanging out, looking very TikTok-ish. She looking very Instagram-ish. Very Instagram-ish. It Takes Two by DJ Easy Rock. Oh, Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock come on. It takes two to make a thing go right. She start twerking. And the bitch is good at it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. She twerking on the dance floor. Can't take it to the Christmas party. I love you, but I can't take you nowhere. I'm sorry. I can dress you up, but I can't take you out. Dress you up, but I can't take you out. Dress you up, but I can't take you out. Yo, I'll be feeling like it's a 40 to nothing route. Every time I take you out, something bad happens. I feel like I might have to start clapping. They tapping me on the shoulder, asking me why she acting like that. And I'm for you, trying to go to bat, but I can't even defend your crazy behavior because I feel like you really need another savior. This is crazy. Why don't you know better? Why don't you do better? Yo, I let a little frustration come out because I couldn't keep it inside, and my pride said, yo, I want to cover my face and hide my body. I got to get out of here and stay in clear. Why did I make so many mistakes? I done fell in love with a girl that got too much cake and she's ready to divide a slice to him and maybe sometimes her. How did this occur? I'm worried as hell. I don't know if I can tell. This shit that I'm doing with her might end the nigga in jail. And I ain't trying to be another statistic, but sometimes I feel like this energy is sadistic. It's beating me down and torturing my soul. And all that I did this just for a little bit of hole. And the hole was wet and juicy, and it kept me feeling like I was smoking one cigarette. That's a Lucy, you understand? And maybe you don't, and maybe you won't, but I gotta do something for real right now and I gotta get better at the things that I'm going through, and I don't know who to talk to. I tried to call my dad, but he passed. I still talk to his soul. He said, yo, get control of your emotions. You wasn't born and raised like this. And don't forget to give God your praise. All right, y'all. This is crazy. And somebody says people who like to change others is a red flag. I know. I don't like people who are easily influenced by others, or people who not only are influenced by others, but people who try to be everybody except for themselves. They worship everybody for being themselves except for themselves. Oh, chameleon ass nigga. Oh, parrot ass. Oh, all right. X-Ray Koala says if they treat service workers or people some might consider below them poorly, shit pisses me off, and you can't show respect to a human being. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to give you this for that. You're right. Being considerate of others. Not looking down on people. Trying to be extra bougie and shit. And you're right. I don't like that either. People want to look down on people who work in the service industry, but they want the highest level of service. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. What we doing? What up, AG? What's good? X-Ray says, fam shipped out Cat's Deli instead of turkey. Ish was the bomb. That's what's up. That's what's up. Good shit. But yeah, they can, red flags can be any warning signal, anything that makes you think that I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't know if I should concern myself or associate myself with this. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, we about to get on the body here. We're about to get on the body here, y'all. We did good tonight. This was a good show. I want to tell y'all in advance, I appreciate y'all coming through because we're about to do these birthday shout outs. So I appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all participation. And I look forward to it tomorrow. That's the best thing about today. I don't have to work tomorrow. I love the holidays. Love them. You know, not that I don't like my job, because I do, but I mean, I'm saying if I could get paid for not going, I'd be a fool not to, wouldn't I? I mean, come on. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 28th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Kevin Dixon, happy birthday to you. And also Lamar Holiday, happy birthday. And Calvin Klein, not that Calvin Klein, but this boy named Calvin, last name Klein. And also Rosebelly Humor, happy birthday to you. And April Simon, happy birthday. And also Shakina Davis. And last but not least, my girl, Jackie Connolly Wood. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious. My cat has made an appearance. You know, she used to come around all the time. Now she only come around every now and then. November 28th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up. Turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud. This is the reason for my allergies. They normally come in threes. Glorious. November 28th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, to rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, I said, go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, this what we need to remember. Red flags may visit you at a time, but it doesn't mean that somebody gets treated like crime was their only job and their only profession. But red flags come through to teach us a lesson, and probably a lesson that we learned before, but sometimes we got to make sure that we know a little more. Well, we can all improve and we can all still come through and show improve. Prove what? Prove the who. Don't let your pride get in the way of elevating. I say, yo, if you don't see a reason to get better at what you do, I don't know what to say to you. Well, what would you say to me if I told you I was already good enough and don't need to be tougher than anybody else before? Even a better version of myself. I still increase my wealth and my health is going to improve also. And I'm not going to let nobody be the boss, of who? You ain't the boss of me. I ain't the boss of you, but somebody got to be boss of us too. And we can acknowledge or act like it doesn't exist. But that's a shit list. And I don't want to be put on it. I'm going to warn it to you and him and her. I will deter all of the negative information. Your frustration is something that I'm trying to avoid and not be annoyed. The toys that I play with is something like a gift. But I ain't trying to be behind in the times and shit. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night We will be back tomorrow night We'll probably be back tomorrow night a little earlier. 1 hour earlier. I mean, I don't want to come in because we got to do the Urban Therapy with Sun show at 1 p.m. on Saturday. So we're going to start the show at 1 a.m. tomorrow night. So if y'all come back tomorrow night, and I hope y'all do, we'll be here at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. instead of 2 a.m. It'd be 1 a.m. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Come back tomorrow night at 1 a.m. and we're going to get this thing going again, my friend. All right. Blog Talk, we're going to get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. I can now take off my robe and I can take off the rest of my work clothes because it's time for me to clock out and still route and take another break. I say, for God's sake, I'm still trying to make sure the red flags is something that I understand for every woman and man. I can always get better, and so can you. Why don't we do it together and see the whole thing through? Me and you, us too. I'm asking you, what is y'all trying to do? Oh, you're trying to be stuck on chicken wings and some fried rice and got lice up in your head, and you know what that means, and I don't care. What's good for you don't make me do nothing here. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow, 1 a.m. So hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Peace, y'all. Good night.